Barakatah How, Barakatah How Shah, Barakatah How, Barakatah How Shah. All praise to Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shah, Hashem Kakadash. Now, this Robert Long, he went and shot up 8 people. And when you look at the news, they focusing on the Asian situation, and they focusing on was it racially motivated and all this kind of stuff, and they beating all around the bush. Oh, then he tell the police that it's a sex. He had a sexual addiction, and they running with that, with some crap that he done said when he done shot up multiple Asian stores, when it's all kind of other stores out here and women out here that you can attack. You got the strip club. Why you didn't attack the strip club? It's 100 strip club. Well, I ain't gonna say 100, but it's a lot of strip clubs in Atlanta. Why didn't you attack those? You got the sex toys and all this kind of stuff. Why didn't you attack those? You see, but they not going into the psyche of what this dude doing. They taking his word for it and running with what the heck he said, and he the freaking criminal. You see, because this all stems back to race or family or bloodline, and it's the MO, because this is these people kingdom, and they're not gonna talk about themselves in their kingdom. They're not gonna make themselves look bad in their kingdom. But Yahweh Shah, who they English call Jesus Christ, he lived in their kingdom, the Romans. And so they, it was operating in that kingdom. Plus, they was having some of these dragons trying to take over. At the time, the Jewish hierarchy, I would say. Because you had Herod was a king. He was a certified dragon. So, when he said this in John 8:44, he could have been talking about these dragons. And if he wasn't talking about the dragons, there was Negroes living in the Roman world, and just like right now, you won't see nobody doing this crap. You see, you won't see no Negroes doing this kind of stuff, ignorant mess. You'll never see it happening. But it is some wickedness that they adopt from these dragons just by being around them. But this is what Yahweh Shah said in John 8:44. He said, "Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him." See, they trusting what he's saying, like he gonna tell the truth. I got a sex addiction. Come on, man, ain't got nothing to do with your sex addiction. He say, when he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. So this is a murderer and a liar, and the news gonna take his word for it. He done went and shot up 8 people, but they gonna take his word and say and multiply what the heck he say. Well, the guy say he had a sex addiction, and anywhere he saw these women, he just want to shoot up, attack them. They want to bring out that crap that he done said, when he is the devil that the Bible's speaking about. Now, when you go to Hebrews, all these dragons got a sex addiction and a sex problem. When you go to Hebrews chapter 12, in verse 16, it says, "Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau. Because yeah, they sexually just destroyed sexually. They can't control themselves. It's in their bloodline. Their forefathers were sexual deviants. When you go to the book of Job in the land of Uz, the land of the Edomites, Job was living in the land of the Edomites. And Job chapter 30, verse 1, he say, but now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers, see, talking about bloodline, whose fathers I would not disdain to set with the dogs in my flock. Why wouldn't you set these people with the dogs in your flock? Because they would sit out there and try to have sex with these animals. Bestiality. They love bestiality. That's what they do. They sleep with animals, horses, dogs, pigs, chickens, anything that they can have access to. They'll jump out there in the barn and go to sleeping with the animal. Because these the bloodline. That's why he said fathers. See, they the children of these base men, children of fools. The Edomites were some freaking fools, and they've been fools. And they are the wicked, the devil that the Bible speaks of, the Satan of the Bible. Now, when you go to Isaiah 14, it tells you why the children is just multiplying what their forefathers did, and they are their forefathers. That's why he gonna punish them behind. Isaiah 14:21, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. Because see, these people go around killing people and taking their land, go around sexually assaulting people, and they filling up the whole world with their cities, because this is their kingdom. So he's pretty much saying, we gonna destroy the children, because the nation has to be destroyed and put into submission and put into slavery. That's gonna be the end of their nation. But the blessing came from Esau being a child of Isaac, and Isaac being a child of Abraham. So they got the blessing, but they have a short blessing because they are the wicked. They are the adversary of the people that God chose to be his high priests and kings on the earth. Now, when you're looking at let's see here, the conclusion of these Edomites, this is what's going to be their conclusion in Revelation 13:10. It say, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. So these Edomites, they led all types of people into captivity, but mainly the children of Israel, and they going to have to be slaves under the children of Israel. That goes back to Genesis 25 and 23. The elder shall serve the younger. Then you continue in Revelation 13:10. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and faith of the saints, because the saints patiently waiting for these people to go into slavery and to be killed by the sword, like they've been doing everybody else in the world. You see, because they're getting away with it, because this is in their kingdom. They're in rulership, and the Most High exposing them to being the wicked. So he's allowing the wickedness to go on, so he can expose them with the wickedness. See, and when you go to Romans chapter 9, it tells you, even if they got a problem with it, he telling them, that's just what the purpose of you, that's what I planned for you to do. In chapter 9 of Romans 19, it say, thou wilt say then unto me, Why have he found fault? Who has resisted his will? So they saying, well, you know, why are you finding fault with us? You wanting us to do you wanting us to be this type of way. Why are you finding fault with it? Then in verse 20 it say, nay, but O man, wilt thou that replies against God? Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why have you made us this way? You see, he made them to be the wicked, but if they respond to him and say, well, why you made us to be the wicked? You know, we didn't have nothing to do with it. That's your will. Why you? And then you finding fault with us because we wicked and you made us wicked. See, that's how powerful the situation is. But just by those questions, it's letting you know that he made them the wicked, and it ain't nothing they could do about it. That's why in 13, in Romans 9:13, he say, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. See, they mad that he made us this way, and he still gonna find fault with us. But he gave you a rulership that you gonna live in the richness of the land, you see, and you've been ruling for thousands of years. And he ain't punished you for being wicked. You see? So they trying to make it seem like he done did something unjust by making them the wicked, but you still got your blessing that you cried for to Isaac. You cried like a baby. Oh, Father, will you bless me or even me also, Father? You see, they was crying for that blessing and he gave it to them. So just because he made them the wicked, where they gonna rule by the sword and be a murderer and a liar, that don't change. That don't make him the bad guy. And he the one created everything. He can do what he want to do. That's why he asked him, why are you replying against me? Pretty much trying to say I'm doing something wrong. I can do whatever I want to do. I created the world. If I created you to be a murderer and a liar, that's just what I want to do. Because I got a purpose at the end of the day. And his purpose was that the kings and the priests on the earth was going to have servants and handmaids. You see? And it was going to be these red dragons, these murderers and these liars. So when they get into their slavery for this 1,000 years, it's going to be justifiable because you've been ruling and been rich, and now that you got to do servitude, it's just going to be a payback for you. He just didn't say, okay, I'm going to make the Israelites, and now I'm going to get some servants for them. No, he made it justifiable. Well, you being servants because people were serving you for thousands of years. So you can't complain about being no servant because people have been serving you. But I'm going to leave it there. All praise to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, Shem and Kakadash. Double honor to the elders pushing the truth. Peace to the elect worldwide. The kingdom is at hand. Shalom.